Hey, how's it going YouTube? This is SilverBeanie here, bringing you guys week 3 for the PMC Pokemon Masters Club. Your Crystal Palossands this week are taking on the Melbourne Stormthrows and Coach Arahpthos. I think it's Arahpthos. I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced, so forgive me. But Arahpthos is our week 3 opponent, and they've got a very threatening team. You guys can see, sort of obviously chilling here. We are sadly 0-2. We have got 2 losses in a row. Very rough start. Hopefully we won't make it any rougher in this matchup. If you didn't miss any of our previous weeks, obviously spoiler, we lost them, but they were awesome matches. So definitely gonna make sure you check them out. Links to these hard players is in the description. Our opponent has got themselves 2 wins already, so they are off to a flying start. They're on a really good start. Our opponent also sort of had a switch around. So this our coach this week is actually, I think this is his first week, because before it was a different coach. I'm pretty sure, or either that, or I'm pretty sure it's a different coach now. So anyway, they've made a load of team changes compared to what they had last week. So they've pretty much got a fresh team straight for us, which is really annoying to try and prepare for, because I haven't been able to sort of go off on anything, because you know, obviously normally you can try and sort of see what the people have done previous weeks to kind of get an idea of what they may bring the said week, just to give you some ideas. But this is half of this is a new team, but we're going to break it down, put you guys through it, and then we'll talk you guys through the team that we're going to be bringing, which will be some of them now. So up first, they've got a very unfortunate scary one. They've got a Latios. Very scary. Dragon Psychic, really fast. Base 110 speed, 110 special attack, special defense, sorry, and base 130 in special attack. Dragon Psychic, awesome typing. I'm not looking forward to trying to deal with this. It doesn't appreciate knockoffs too much or any like dark type moves. So I've kind of got that going for me, but it's very tricky to try and get around this thing. So I'm not looking forward to trying to deal with that. The Latios, yeah, I expect the Latios to be brought 100%. Yeah, but I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. Up next, he's got the Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash is a very annoying one. Levitate, obviously, electric water, and it's pretty bulky. It's the best Rotom form out of all of it by far. It's got the best typing. It's got defensive type. I'm pretty sure its only weakness is grass, and that's it. Pretty sure that's it. Its only weakness is grass. So it's not gonna be fun. Obviously it gets Will-O-Wisp, which is really annoying, so we've got to try and get around that. But I'm hoping that I've got enough counters for it. Hoping. Fingers are crossed. Amoonguss is next. I am dreading facing the guy from Amoonguss. This guy, if you see directly below, he's also got an Alola Mamola. That is insane. I am not looking forward to that. Both these mons have Regenerator, which is really annoying to deal with, and Amoonguss gets Spore. Now, he may bring it, because it does do pretty decent against my team, but at the same time he may not, because obviously I've got a Jirachi and I've got a Venusaur. Venusaur is my Mega, and it kind of counters him perfectly. So he may not bring it, but he may at the same time to try and get, obviously, you know, regenerating, like that, try and counter him. But he may not bring it, so we'll see. We shall see, but that's an interesting one. That one. He's got a Tyranitar now. Tyranitar is one of his most scary ones. To be honest, Latios I can get around with. Rotom I can get around with. Tyranitar is scary because it's so unpredictable. It's like with Latios to an extent, although it's unpredictable, you can easily you could tell sort of straight away whether it's defensive or offensive. Tyranitar to an extent, not so much. The only way I'll be able to tell is if he outspeeds my team. Because if it's Scarfed, then we've got a problem. I don't think he'll bring Scarf. If anything, I reckon he'll bring D-Dance. But if he brings Scarf, then we're in for a treat. Base 134 attack, 100 in the HP, and 110 defense, and 100 in special defense. Very, very bulky. Base 61 speed, so that's non-existent. Why you run max speed Scarf Tyranitar. But between Earthquake, Crunch, it pretty much wrecks my team, pretty much, one way or another. So that thing is going to be a tricky thing to deal with, but I think I can do it. Stoutland. One of his new Tyranitar and Stalin are two of his newest additions, and Stalin actually works really well with this team. You know, obviously it gets the ability Sand Rush, which doubles its speed in sand, and it's pretty fast already. It's base 80, and it's got base 110 attack, and then 90 in its defenses. And it's pretty decent. It gets Crunch, it gets Superpower. I don't think it gets anything like Iron Head or anything, but it gets obviously like Return, things like that. So it's tricky to get around because it's so fast. Nothing I have will outspeed, not even if I run max speed, choice scarf, whatever. So getting webs up is going to be very important, and we'll get that in a little bit. But this is going to be an interesting matchup against the Stoutland. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. Aggron, Mega Aggron. Not many words needs to be said other than tank. Mega Aggron is extremely bulky, and I'm not looking forward to it. It typically is just defensive. Like, you don't run an offensive Aggron very often. Toxic, Stealth Rocks, you know, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, things like that. That is what this thing runs, and that is what this thing wreck live. Not looking forward to that. In the slightest. Diddly squat looking forward to that. It's going to be an interesting matchup with the Aggron. I have a lot of counters for it, so I can one-on-one it with pretty much every mon. But it's just gonna be so tricky. If he runs like max special defense, then we're gonna have some trouble. Man, this thing's so bulky. It's so bulky, it's ridiculous. I'm not looking forward to that. Gengar. Gengar's an interesting one. I don't see it coming. It has a few decent matchups against my team, but overall not so much. It dies too often. Its defenses are doo-doo butter. It's base 110 speed, so it's decent there. Base 130 special attack. But one Sucker Punch and it dies. Not that any of my mons have Sucker Punch, but just saying. Although I'll eventually catch you. But it's Inonagals has Levitate, which does make it not as good as it used to be, and now gets Cursed Body, which is interesting actually. I wouldn't have thought Gengar to have Cursed Body. That's an interesting, but hey, it has Cursed Body. So yeah, it's an interesting one, Gengar. Obviously, it goes Poison. It has a few decent matchups, but overall not so much. I don't really see it coming. The Alomomola. This is one thing I'm not looking forward to. It's so bulky, 165 HP, insane. Surprisingly, it's like, considering this is a water type, obviously its special stat is because it's best, like special attacking moves, but its special attack is actually only base 40, and its physical attack is 75. It's interesting, but obviously then these things tend to run things like knockoff. So it's but the good thing is it's very weak on the defensive side. Base 80 on the physical and base 45 on the special. To an extent, it can die pretty easy. It's just a case of getting it decent hit off before it switches out because it gets Regenerator. Regenerator is annoying. That's going to be very tricky to try and get around, especially if it's something like maybe if it's like Rocky Helmet. It's like physically bulky. It's gonna be a bit tricky, but I think we can get around it. We've just got to try and successfully get a hit off on it. That's gonna be tricky to get. Virizion is an interesting mon. I could see Virizion coming. A couple of my mons do kind of just wall it, but it does so much to also most of my team. One of his fastest mons, 108 speed, 129 special attack, and then like 19 attacks. It's pretty decent. It's pretty offensive. Obviously, it's totally weak to flying. It's weak to things like grass. No, it's weak to fire. It's weak to bug. It's weak to psychic. It's weak to fairies. So it's got a few weaknesses, but it's very, very quick and it's very offensive. If it gets a successful Justified boost from a knockoff or something like that, then it's going to be a threat. Especially if you get something like a Swords Dance off or something like that. So you've got to be careful with Virizion. Got to be careful, but I am not too worried about it. Really not. Moltres is next. It's got a Moltres. Moltres is another interesting one. I don't really see it coming. I've got too many Pokemon that can set up rocks and can just kind of one-on-one it. It's pretty slow, base 90. I say pretty slow. Pretty fast, but it's base 90. But base 125 special attack and then 19 defenses. Flame Body is what this thing would bring if it did come, but I just don't see it. It does a decent against my team, but with thick fat, it just doesn't work. Doesn't work very well. And then last but not least, one of the scariest mons I'm not looking forward to taking down. One that I do I can see coming, but I see the Latios coming more than this, just because I think it works better against my team. And that's the Gardevoir. Gardevoir, obviously Fairy Psychic. Most likely is going to be bringing Trace, and there's base 80 speed, which is pretty decent, and then 125 in special attack, 150 defense. One thing that's really annoying this thing though is if it successfully gets our mind up and starts Moonblasting or Psyshocking, it's going to be a dreadful game. This thing also is one of his Z users along with the Stoutland. Stoutland and Gardevoir are his two dedicated. So if this thing brings some a Z, I don't know, what is it? Never-ending Nightmare, or what is it? What's the psychic one? I forget what the psychic one's called. But yeah, a Z psychic. Then we're going to be in trouble. I forget what the fairy one is. I need to learn them. Anyway, moving on. We're not talking about that. So yeah, overall very scary. Once again, every coach is drafted incredibly well. So except me. Okay, up next though, we have our team now. So let's talk about it. We are bringing the first time Oliphant, our beautiful Donphan. Oliphant is going to be coming down 30, obviously, so we can guarantee live at least one attack. I plan to lead with Oliphant, actually. This is my aim. I plan to lead with Oliphant. If I see the Amoonguss, then maybe not. But this is my plan. So especially if I see Tyranitar and see Stoutland, we lead Oliphant. I reckon Tyranitar's going to probably want to get up the stand as soon as. Especially if he also brings Aggron, because Sand will literally it will work his team perfectly. Get Sand up as soon as. And if he does lead it, it leads me to believe that he's maybe Smooth Rock, so obviously increase the amount of turns. But we'll see. We shall see. But that's great knockoff, Rapid Spin and Stealth Rocks. I need to get Rocks up as soon as. It literally will stop him from switching out with the Generator and everything. He doesn't have too many hazard removers as well. He's only got Defog on the Latios and the Rotom, and I think on the Moltres as well. And I don't think he has any Spinners. I think everything's just Defog. So Rocks will be very nice if we can get them up as soon as possible. Knockoff is really good. Get rid of obviously the leftovers and on the generating mons. We can hopefully obviously try and maybe knock off if it brings it the Gengar, the Latios, or the Gardevoir. And then we've got Earthquake, obviously just plain stab. Earthquake will pretty much wreck most of his. Obviously he has got 3 Pokemon that are immune to it, but you can get around that one way or another. Bit of HP bulk and max physical defense, maximum. And then a bit of attack investment as well. Not so very specially bulky, so we are going to probably die to things like Hydro Pumps and Giga Drains and stuff like that, but we can take on the physical bulks, such as that monster up there in the corner, i.e. Aggron and the Stoutland and the Tyranitar. So it's going to be tricky, but I feel like this is going to be a really good set. We could probably really good out of it. Galvantula's coming back. I thought Galvantula actually works pretty well against this team. Galvantula is base 108, so it speed ties with things like the Virizium. But it's the webs that I need, and if I can get them up, then it's going to be kind of game. I thought I'd bring Volt Switch over Giga Drain as well this week. I thought Giga Drain works so well against a couple of his mons, such as the Rotom and the Alomomola, but then I got Thunder, and that will just hit 10 times harder. The only other thing that it would be good against is things like the Tyranitar, but then Thunder will probably do Bug Buzz is neutral, so I just figured Giga Drain, as brilliant as it is, it just won't help me much against it. Plus Mill's got me. We're bringing the same pretty much set as normal. I think it's the same set as last week actually. We're bringing Focus Sash so we can guarantee to live that first turn, and then we're also bringing the max speed, max special attack. So it's going to be interesting, but I haven't really been able to get a turn to get the webs up successful. So I need to try and practice that so I can try and get webs up as soon as. So that's going to be interesting. That is going to be an interesting round. Hydreigon is coming back. Again, we didn't bring it last week, which I think cost us not having that ground immunity. But we're bringing it back this week. Choice Scarf, Levitate, obviously. Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Flamethrower, and Flash Cannon. Flamethrower 2-shots the Aggron if it's not special defensive, and then Flash Cannon also 2-shots the Gardevoir and deals with everything else, deals with the rest of his. This thing is actually going to be very good. It's going to be a late game sweeper, hopefully, if we can successfully get it out. Obviously, it does not appreciate the Latios or the Guard of War, but everything else, it can just one-on-one easily. The outspeed, everything on this team, providing obviously nothing else is scarfed. So we should be fine with Tarrasque taking down everything. Now we're got Calypso. Calypso is obviously a beautiful Jirachi. This week, we are bringing like full-on hacks. Iron Head, Body Slam, Fire Punch, and Drain Punch. With that Salt Vest. It's so we can take on the things like the Amoonguss, the Rotom, the Latios. He's got a lot of special hitters. He's got a few physical ones obviously as well. He's got a lot of special. So that Salt Vest is going to be very clutch. We've got just enough speed obviously to outspeed a few things like Speed Tie. But it's mainly like, also I think if I remember correctly, I've just put enough speed as well to max speed Tyranitar if it's not staffed. And then I've also got enough speed on there to outspeed a max speed Stoutland. I'm pretty sure I put that in there. Pretty sure. But we've got Body Slam and Iron Head, so I can Power Flinch. I need to get like Power Flinch is going to be huge. Hacks are going to be so important in this match, I think. If we can successfully get rounds of hacks, then we are going to be sitting very pretty. So Iron Head and Body Slam is just going to probably wreck his team in this. Okay. I've done quite a few mock battles with this team. I've adjusted it slightly since then, but like the mock battles are like, you know, I Body Slam turn 1 pretty much. 9 times out of 10, obviously you get the power because it's 60% accuracy because it's increased. And then, you know, you just Iron Head and you just hope for the flinch or you hope for the para. Like, it's so good. That you got like it works out that 15-20% chance to not have some sort of hacks. It's insane. So that's going to be awesome. Very important. Hopefully we can get lucky. And then I've got Fire Punch as well, so I can try to maybe successfully get a burn on something like the Aggron or the Tyranitar or the Stoutland. So obviously that Aggron is just going to sit in front of me and wall me. So if I can successfully get a Fire Punch off and a burn, then we're going to be sitting pretty. Mega Venusaur is coming back. It works so well against his team, other than against that Aggron, really. Pretty much a bit of, not so much max special defense, but quite a bit of special defense bulk with Calm Nature, with obviously a little bit of attack, special attack, sorry, a tiny bit of HP, and then a bit of defense as well. Kind of a bit of an all-rounder. Giga Drain, obviously Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power Fire, and Synthesis. Hidden Power Fire, obviously, and Synthesis, so we can 1v1 that Aggron. Cover Stall, Hidden Power Fire, and it's going to be gone down within 2 or 3 turns. 3 or 4 turns, actually. Giga Drain 2 shots the Rotom. And then Sludge Bomb actually 3 shots the Amoonguss if it's max special defense. And he does nowhere near the same. And if we are in a situation where we're 1v1 in the Amoonguss, we can just simply Sludge Bomb 2 turns, Synthesis. At the time I've done that, he's only done about 30%. So we are sitting very pretty with this pick against that Amoonguss. 100% out switching for it. Only issue we're going to have is if the Rotom or anything else gets a Will-O-Wisp burn. Then we're in trouble. Or if it gets a power off, which I don't think anyone can get. Maybe Latios. So it's going to be tricky, but I'm not misplaying. Like I did with we're not misplaying Venusaur like I did last week. Last week we misplayed so hard switching Venusaur out, and it cost us a match. This week I'm not. I don't know about that. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better, and I feel like I am. Our first few weeks have not proven that, but I feel like we can make a making its debut is Hairspray our Staraptor. Now, Staraptor wasn't like this is the first week Staraptor is going to be brought, and it's the first week Staraptor has ever been part of our team. We actually ended up dropping Mean Shao for Staraptor. As brilliant as Mean Shao is, and as much as I really want to like it, I really want to use it because Regenerator, U-turn, you know, gets so many good moves like Fake Out, things like that. It's such good coverage. I just thought we're too predictable at the moment with only one ground immune being Hydreigon. So I needed at least one more, and Staraptor is still available, and it still gives me a fighting type coverage with first combat. It gives me a flying type which we didn't have before, and I just think it works really well with this team. Intimidate is amazing, absolutely incredible, and against this particular team, Brave Bird or close combat is pretty much one shot in most things, other than the Aggron. Aggron's the only thing that can easily live. I think it's a 3-hit KO against the. So, but one way or another, it's absolutely huge. So Staraptor is going to be a huge win con. but I cannot let him get rocks up, otherwise we're in trouble. But that's our team. That is our team. Let me know your thoughts. Like, who do you think is going to be the MVP? I'm hoping Staraptor, maybe Venusaur. Like, between these two, hopefully they'll become the MVPs for this match. We shall see. Let me know as well in the comment section who you think out of our opponent's team is going to be like the most difficult to deal with. Who do you think? You know. Or what do you think is the best mon? You know, let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And let me know if you're rooting for us, because we need to win. We need to win some matches. So we've had a rough start, and I do not want to lose this week. See how we get on. Match will be going up tomorrow, though, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this team build-up. We'll have another one for you next week. And as I say, match goes up tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, evening, night. My name is SilverBeanie, and I will catch all y'all beautiful people next time.